Alright, so we're going to go to part 2, and it's basically by a viewer that, you know, may have seen quite a few of these issues with this, but this one we're going to go with Andrew Scott's solution slash fix slash proposed fix. So we're going to go up inside here, check out all the choke arrangements, kind of see if it looks like it's rigged up right, and then kind of go from there. Alright, so first thing what we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and take off all the shroud material and all that good stuff. So let's see, going first for the top, just some 5/16 bolts, get the recoil off. One. Ooh. Hope taking those roll off. Okay. Should come right off. So that's first. Just keep your screws all together when you take things apart, always. Let's see, I gotta try to figure out where this little guy ended up falling to. If not, we'll have to repurchase him. But using a different camera as the last episode too, so we'll see if we're getting better, or maybe it'll hold the same. It's definitely a lot older. Okay, so all this looks good. Go ahead and pull the spark plug now. And just looking at that definitely kind of shows that spark plug could have caused some interference. Let me kind of show you. So this might not even be choke related, although I'm not discounting that theory at all yet. But I'm going to show you why it might not even be that. If you can see from this, you can see that this is actually worn, and in that space you can actually see metal. Not sure exactly how much it shows up, but I mean, that could be a contact point that's actually kind of grounding into this. So definitely something to consider. So let's go over here now. Now, as far as this adjustment, seems like it's springing back and forth pretty good. I mean, it's, don't get me wrong, it's tight. It's very tight. Maybe this needs to be kind of made so it doesn't go back and forth so much. But a lot of times it could be bent like that for a reason, or the previous guy before me, he had absolutely zero skills at all, and he may have just been trying totally in vain to get his mower running. So I'm going to go ahead and take off air filter. Alright, so this is the length of travel that we are using. So that normally just comes out. Yeah, this kind of has me wondering if that linkage is actually correct. It's supposed to be like that, because once this, obviously right now, I'm going to scoot back a little bit. Okay, so essentially what we had was this choke linkage was rigged up so basically the arms were different. this could effectively open the choke, but this would not do anything to keep the choke, or actually, but this couldn't do anything to open the choke. Okay, so I think we've got a bit of a solution right here. Alright, so this linkage, I'm going to go back and check, but effectively, once this were like, okay, so right now it's cold, so when it heats up, this moves over. As you can see, that doesn't force the choke open. Now, if I do this and get that inside that little slot right there, when the choke moves over, you can see that the choke opens up all the way. Yeah, so now as this heats up, pushes the choke completely open and allows it to start getting all the air and fuel it needs. Holy crap, it may have been as easy as that. I might have to thank someone for really just like examining my choke setup, which is exactly what he suggested. But I'm trying to figure out now. I took the carburetor off one time, and I think I usually put I didn't disassemble it all the way, so I think the carburetor was already messed up and somebody tinkered with it. However, finding this out makes so much sense, and now that's working the way it should. Good Lord, I can't believe I messed with this so much and didn't even think to kind of check that. I think we always go with the well, the linkage is on there, it's got to be right, and I think it was completely wrong that time. Let's get a little bit better view of it. So yeah, I think it's going to be a case of just this wasn't able to push because it was on the other way. Once again, let me show you. This is the way it was. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to put that on a little bit better too. Okay, so that's the way it was. So when it was basically, even though the thermostat was actually pushing over and engaging to let the choke wide open because it's backwards, it wasn't. So now we got this the right way. Thermostat opens up, choke opens up, straight on through. Oh man, it's crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and do the put the valve on here just for shutting the gas off. Then we will yeah, I think we're gonna get her back on the ground and see if that stupid thing overlooked actually got me going again. Alright, so we don't have our super light anymore. I turned it off just temporarily, but we are just kind of like putting everything back together. I was just showing a couple quick notes. That line up here actually increased the clearance over this spark plug coil wire, so it's kind of like it's not really close at all. I'm still going to add a little piece in between there, but I don't think it's going to cause any damage now or not. So I think I'm just going to assemble it back together. Like I said, put the little valve on there, and we'll be just about ready to try it out. Alright, I kind of wanted to show how bad these wheels seem to be misaligned. so basically all we're going to do is try to get these aligned right, and to take this front piece off, there is a middle bolt right there, and then toward the ends there are also a couple bolts. If you can see that one right there, so one of those on each side as well. Loosen up those, well actually take them all the way out, and that'll pop right off because we're running low on batteries. But as you can see right here, these wheels are uneven. So I was trying to figure out which one was basically the culprit, and it got kind of like right up in here. You can see where that has been kind of pulled back and twisted around. So we're going to concentrate right now on banging this one back downward. It's a pretty good distance. I think I gotta go down. It's probably a good 1.5 inches. And then, you know, maybe I'll go 1 inch over here and try to bang the other side up a tiny bit. But the other side actually seems very level, so I don't think we're going to really do much on this one at all. This seems to be the whole problem. So I'm going to try to see if I can get probably a wrench or something like that in there first before I start banging. Try to be a little easier with it, and you know, we'll probably have to do a little bit of banging on this bracket just to kind of get it to go the right direction. But while we're in here, might as well get this fixed up and looking nice. That way there's less questions down the road. So I guess we'll kind of like take all this into consideration. And there we are. I actually found out that this little weld right here was actually broken, and had quite a bit of, like, this is pretty far out, so had to kind of pound that back, and then everything got out of alignment with this. Right now it's functional. However, I think I gotta bang it out a little bit on this side to get it to lock in a little bit better. So for now, that's where we're at. I am not a welder by any means. However, I've had a welder that my wife bought me probably at least 10, probably 15 years ago that I've never even used. Just because I haven't had the resources to, and now I actually got some electric in the garage, so we are going to possibly try that, get this welded. So we're going to have it try to look like that one over there, and if it doesn't, we will probably be ordering that part. So I'm going to look up and see how much this actually is. You know, it may be something that just needs a new part on there. Either way, we'll see. We'll see how much it is and kind of go from there. But you know, everything else, the wheels roll excellent. You know, no problems with bearings or anything like that. And as you can see right there, got my fuel stop on there, and we're pretty darn close to getting things ready to go. Hopefully get to this tomorrow, and maybe we'll hear it running. Okay, well, we got our part. Let's put it on. Okay, now, as I always do, I lose my purse at the last second. Okay. Okay. Alright, so just like that. This is nice and flush up against here. Well, of course it's a curvature to the stamped deck, but overall it looks pretty darn good. Alright, so we're just kind of paying attention to what we got going on over there. And essentially up, there's a couple screws right in there. I think that's what we're gonna actually hook on first. So let's see if I can get you a little tighter. Maybe I can get you from this side, since this is where the screws are. We are putting it back together now. So, got all those pieces back. I'm going to show you the underside on this just so you kind of know. Of course, there's the middle one that's the most obvious, and then you get these two on the sides. So, that's the piece that you're connecting up front. Should slide right over top of everything. Started. Now, well, these are kind of tough to get. So, what did I use last time to get these? Well, okay, going up there, 3/8. That'll get your plastic bolts started up under there. So first you'll be going through the middle, and then from the middle into the plastic. If I did something. Yeah, that's not even close. So yeah, we're gonna definitely have some bending on this. Okay. There he is. That's nice and tight. And we'll go watch it over here as well. That's going to pull down right where it needs to go. All right, she is ready. Everything feels pretty nice and solid. Of course, we're working on that action a little bit. I do think I am going to move that a little bit, but not much. Yeah, we'll put something with some heft on that. Like I said, it's usable right now, but it's always good to have a really positive feel on these. So that one is done. Now we're just going to put the belt cover on. Let's see. I'll flip this up. 1, 2. Oh, there's a third one. Alright, so I believe these are 3/8 as well. The only reason I'm not going to seal this up completely right now because this one back here, if I remember, is a little bit longer, so I wanted to go get a replacement for it. Just trying to find something that'll pry it out pretty easy. There we go. So we just started this. see how it does under load. Looks like we got something else going on other than that. So